What's up, everybody? Welcome to my Meshuggah pedal demo. A few notes before we get started. The way I'm going to use the pedal is into a power amp of another amplifier. So I'm using the pedal like it would be a preamp, and I think that's the way a lot of people are going to be using it. I wanted to mic up a cab. I didn't want to use IRs or anything like that. I don't like using IRs for demos. So I want to mic my own cab up, do that whole thing. So for this case, I'm going to use the Marshall DSL 100 amplifier. It's loaded with KT77s. It's a very common amp. It's one you'll find on backline stages all over the world. So I thought that was a good choice to use. I'm going to go through the green channel, the red channel, all that kind of stuff, and we're going to do a lot of different tones today. For the full mix playthrough, I've got my ESP Eclipse 7-string, and it's tuned to drop A, and it's loaded with Seymour Duncan empty pickups. For all other portions of the demo, I'll be using my signature Solar GC 1.6 Killertone guitar, loaded with a Seymour Duncan Black Winter pickup. For all the tones you hear today, I'm going to mic up my Randall RC412 cab loaded with V30s with an SM57. It's going into an Audioscape V1290 mic pre straight into my interface. All right, with all that said, let's get to the full mix right now. Now let's check out the green channel. This channel delivers rock crunch tones in spades. It's awesome. So by design, gain 2 is the only gain that works. Gain 1 doesn't work. So it's just like plugging into the Meshuggah amp on the low input. It bypasses a gain stage, and it's by design. So lower gain, crunchy tones. But then when you hit the high mode, it engages the clipping diodes, and you get a little bit more gain, a little more compression. So in green low, it's very plexy, 800-like. And then in green high, it's definitely like modded Marshall territory. Let's check it out. All right, now, just like I would with one of these British amps, I'm going to boost it. So let's check it out what it sounds like boosted. So we'll do a boost in front of the low setting on the green channel and a boost in front on the high setting on the green channel. And for this purpose, I'm using the Fortin hex drive. Now, quick note, between the low and high settings on red and green channel, both channels, there's a little volume drop when you go to the high setting, just like when you engage any kind of clipping diode mod. That being said, I've made up for it in the demo just so we have consistent listening. Okay, now let's move on to the red channel. So I'm just going to go through red, low, and high. I'm going to play kind of a thrashy riff on the red, low, and then I'll do the same for the red high, and then I'll do a palm muted thing for the low and the high. Check it out. And there you have it, killer pedal with way more versatility than you probably expected from a pedal such as this. Had a blast making this demo. Thanks for checking it out. See you on the next one.